Hey guys, Chester Westford here with my quick thoughts on the two-episode premiere of the new show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. As someone who was a child during the prequels era, I was beyond excited when it was announced that both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were to return in this new Disney Plus series. So, did it up to my expectations? Well, to be honest, I try not to set too high expectations for myself so as not to be disappointed if something doesn't quite match the quality I was expecting. But this, well, so far at least, I needn't have worried because I thought this was excellent. So, quick non spoiler review first. The series looks to be one which will not only be enjoyable to watch, but also one which is going to add depth to both the prequels and the original trilogy, providing a not necessary but gladly appreciated bridge between the two, both tonally and with the plot and character development. One thing I was hoping for with this series is that it would match more the tone of the movies rather than the space westerns we had for The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Not that I have anything against the tones of those shows, I think they work excellently for what they're trying to accomplish. I just think it would feel a bit odd for Obi-Wan Kenobi to be running around with Western music and Western plots. And although you could argue there is a bit of that here, I am mostly pleased with the tone so far. It doesn't quite feel like the prequels, doesn't quite feel like the originals, nor does it feel quite like the other shows. It feels like a nice melting pot of different aspects of Star Wars combined together to make something new and fresh while still feeling like a part of the same universe. So if you haven't watched this yet, well, why not? Just go and do it. It's totally worth it. Okay, now for the spoilery. Bleh. Now for the spoilery part of the review. So the first episode, of course, centers mainly on introducing the characters, or I suppose reintroducing us to the characters mostly, and showing us where they're at. The main character, of course, being Obi-Wan Kenobi, hiding in the deserts of Tatooine, watching over Luke from a distance. I'll get right down to it. I really like how Ewan McGregor is playing the character of the older, more weary Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really think this is one of those cases where the actor just totally understands the character and the assignment he's been given. From the reluctance to get involved to the way he conveys just how out of practice he is with the Force and how much older he is, it's just terrific. It makes sense that he would be like this at this point in his life, and it's just really well acted. An example, I really like that moment where he saves Leia from hitting the ground after she falls. He's out of practice, he does it, but it really takes effort. You can see him straining to use the Force again. And as with anything, of course he's going to struggle a bit. They could have just made him an all powerful action hero again, but this is so much more realistic and interesting in some ways. And I feel like it's just this great in between period from prequel McGregor to how he becomes a slightly more open and somewhat more hopeful Alec McGuinness in A New Hope. Yeah, I'm just really curious to see where his character goes. I really like this. And speaking of Leia, I was pleasantly surprised to see the character here. I don't know why I didn't even consider the possibility of it, and if it was announced or if there were rumors, I missed all that. Love it when that happens and things can surprise me. But as far as the inclusion of the character, oh, perfect. It kind of goes to explain how she knew to put so much trust in Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope, which is something I'd wondered about. I mean, my, what a casting, too. Vivian Lyra Blair as young Princess Leia, she's just great. Finding a good child actor can be difficult, but this young lady really also seems to understand the assignment. She's both smart and smart aleck, bright, adventurous, and funny. You can really see how she can grow into the version later played by Carrie Fisher. And also, you can definitely tell, both with the writing and stuff, that she definitely, I think they did well at presenting her, like, presenting the child of Anakin and Padme. And the fact that she's growing up in this environment, and it just really, shows how much she doesn't fit into the royal Alderaan lifestyle, and I love it. As for the rest of the cast, well, no complaints here. They're all really good. I'm glad they were able to get the original prequel actors for the those who were in the films. Recasting would have been fine, but it's just nice to see that link. The Inquisitor actors are all good, but man, Moses Ingram, never seen her in anything before. Don't know what else she's been in, but I loved her acting here. Her determination and relentlessness, and just the flaws in her character and how rebellious she is. She's a very flawed character, but that just makes her more terrifying. My only problem with her character is if she is so rebellious, why hasn't the Grand Inquisitor just done away with her by now? And, yeah, speaking of the Grand Inquisitor, I mean, he's dead, really. They had her kill him. So, how does he come back for Rebels? Why did we have to see him die? Is this a different Grand Inquisitor? I don't know. I'm just getting tired of the whole Star Wars thing of killing off characters just to bring them back. Darth Maul, Boba Fett. I don't know. Just kind of takes away from the depth. Well, not so much Boba Fett, but Darth Maul. I was always kind of like unsure how I felt about him being alive. I don't know. Just kind of takes away from the end of Phantom Menace for me. But yeah, maybe there will be a reason for his death here. I hope so. Otherwise, just why? But yeah, if those are my only gripes so far for this series, that ain't bad. As you can tell, I really liked these first two episodes, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for my review of episode 3. Bye for now.